And this really leads perfectly into my next question. You, like I said in the intro, you have what's very clearly the most sought after real estate company in Fort Wayne when it comes to people coming into the industry. You're known, you run the RIA, people know about you guys, but young guys want to work for you guys. You guys are like the less disruptive Wolf of Wall Street of like real estate. Just like the energy in your guys' building's amazing, the new building's amazing. But what do you think are like these stamps that were non-negotiable in creating that culture? Because that's when I think of your guys' company, all I think of is culture, 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 as if it's like the #1 factor. Was there anything that was non-negotiable or like you think made it so clear that this was what was happening?
A couple different things. One is like I got into business to be around people I want to be around, and so that's literally the only reason. Like I'm like, dude, I'm so not the only reason. One of the biggest reasons is like, dude, I'm so tired of like these managers that I saw like at the dealership and stuff. They're on drugs. They're freaking like crazy. They have mood swings. I'm like, these are the people who are in charge of me.
Yes.
This does not feel right. So that was a big deal for me. Is like have people who I want to be around, who want to grow, who want to do things the right way, and so. That was the most important thing, was getting around those people. So I create the people that I want to be around. The next thing is going to be just being around people who are, one, obviously growth mindset and hardworking, but then two, that I can trust. That's very important, dude. I don't care how much money you make, how successful you are. If I can't trust you, dude, I don't care. I don't want to do business with you. I don't want to be around you. And so the people that work with me, they're trustworthy, good guys.
Yes.
And I see a lot of guys who want to work for us that I'm like, dude, I don't trust you. One, I don't trust either your authenticity. Like, I don't even trust that you're being you. You're just trying to put on this act in order to, like, become whatever.
Yes.
Or you're, like, just out for money, and like I don't trust you. And so like the people who are with us are like, they're just real genuine guys who want to grow, who want to get better. We're not the most skilled like set of people. That's the craziest part, is like we're not, but we're definitely one of the hardest working and like good, genuine, authentic people.
I believe it. I'm friends with so many of your employees who perform in here. And when I'm around them, like I said, that's why I am friends with them. There's so many employees I'm good friends with because I do think that they are good people. They are so trustworthy. And I think to myself, exactly, like I guess it's not even a question I planned, but I guess when we work in business, the one thing you find is it's very difficult to decipher good people from wolves in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
It really is hard. Like I said, if you are, there's like a, because sometimes in business, pretending to be a good person can be the most advantageous thing you can do for building your own portfolio. So the thought there is you have a way that you go about like deciphering that? Is it some kind of spiritual background? Is it some kind of checklist? Is there just the way you feel from people? Are you good at reading energy?
I'm definitely good at reading people, that's for sure. I mean, I'm very, very good at reading people and understanding their intentions and their beliefs. But also the people that I've hired, I know. I've done business with them. Raylene, I did business, like she was listing all of our properties for a year before we ever brought her on. Ryan, I worked with him at the dealership. I mean, Connor's been a good friend of mine. I've known Jonathan a long time. So the people that I bring on, I've kind of already vetted in a lot of ways, which it comes in as like, positives and negatives.
It's hard.
But at the same time, like I know the people, I've seen how they act, and I trust them. And so also, like if they do anything that's out of integrity or out of trustworthiness, I'm also like willing to recognize that and question them. And so a lot of times, it's also interesting too, though, people speak. When they speak, they say words, whether they mean to or not, that show you what they actually think. And the Bible talks about that. It says, out of the mouth, it speaks from what the heart actually feels. And so you're going to know what somebody believes, feels, just by them talking. The more they talk, you'd be like, oh, wow. They'll say these little things that you're like, oh, dang, that's interesting. They make it sound good and like they're trying to be a good person, but you can tell what they actually mean.
Yeah. Like I said, there's in business you'll learn over time. Sadly, which I'm a big honest. I think everybody's got value and everyone's good. And
100%.
I think it's all in them. But there are a lot of times you have to be careful with your outreach. You have to be careful with how much you stretch your hand for people. And I think it leads right into slide your back down the wall just a little bit this way. I just want to make sure you're in frame, but you can lean on the wall all you want. There's a little headrest behind your head if you want to lean on it.